Go ahead. Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just check that you've got everything that you can hear me. Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We're trying to get this going. Hope you can hear me. We're going to do this in two sections. This is in English section, but I'm trying to show you something which is horrifying now. I just came across this. Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. As you're coming in, please do join us. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We will be giving you some more updates about things as we go along. But what we want you to do is to please share this broadcast as you're hearing it. As you're hearing this broadcast, go ahead and share it. Don't wait. Give as many people as possible this information. We are trying to raise the level of awareness about what is going on, and we do need your support in doing what we're doing. Let me just also at this point, let me pin the broadcast. Let me see, I think about it. It's on Twitter. Make sure, please follow us also on Twitter. It's very important. We do appreciate you. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, Citizen AY, and all the media platforms as well. As you know, what is happening with Facebook, we don't rely on what Facebook is saying to us or how it is that they're going ahead with our broadcast. Our numbers drops all the time, but that's okay. What is important is for us to get the information out there. This is an information that you're seeing on the screen, which I'm going to read and go through with you all. Let me get the picture in a better place so you can see it. Sorry about that. I'm going to do, in fact, 1 second, I'll leave it here. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm just quickly going to do something to the screen. Just bear with me a second so we will not have a double screen as it currently is. If I can get that right. Okay, sorry, we're not trying to open it. We're just trying to, sorry about that. Oh, what's happened here? Yeah, here we are. That's it. I think 1 second, please. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see it. Because I just want to, I might come and use that later on if I need to. But for now, I just want to let you look at the words on there. And these are the kind of things that are horrifying to each and every one of us. No parent wants to experience what you see there. It says an unidentified 10-year-old girl was allegedly raped and killed by suspected Fulani Hersmen. This happened in Ayetoro town, Ogun State. May her soul rest in peace is the first thing I'm going to say. May her soul rest in peace. This is exactly why we keep talking about the need for us to go for Yoruba Nation. Now, we will read more of the story. This happened 2 days ago, for what I understand, from my understanding. Please do continue to share this broadcast. I'm going to try and get I'll pin the, oh, somebody's calling me now. Okay. Oh, sorry. Apologies, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, later. Bye. Yeah, sorry. So I was trying to set something up and I called somebody else there. But listen, what I want you all to do is to really share this message. It's very important that we share it. These are reasons why we must go for Yoruba Nation. And we hope, one can only hope that these three men get the justice, get jailed. But we cannot, as we all know, there is no such thing as justice in contraption Nigeria. That is why we have to go for Yoruba Nation, and we urge our Igbo brothers to continue to agitate for Biafra Nation or Igbo Nation, and also we support Middle Belt as well. I told you about the case of Dr. Kiari, whose father was killed. It's only the last few years that he's able to finally win the case so that he could get his land back. And how many people are affected in such manner that we will never even know of. So these are the reasons why when we are doing this broadcast, we urge you to help us. So please subscribe. Go ahead now to Citizen AY on YouTube. It is really important. We might do a live calling, but we'll see. Let's see how this goes. Just trying to give me a minute, please. So I'm just going to pin that. And those of you on other platforms as well, please, we would very much like you to help us with that. Let me. Okay, so now we've pinned that now. So as you're coming in, here's what we'd like you to do. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. You can see as we are watching, the numbers are dropping on Facebook. Don't be surprised. That's what Facebook is doing. Could you do me a favor as well? If you're watching, as you're watching on Facebook, share. There's 64 people watching. If you could share that, that would be great. If you could share it as you're watching it, that would be great. Because what we're trying to do is to actually be able to really begin to address this. So hopefully, if you can, there's 56 people now. Initially, we started with 90 people watching, and suddenly it starts dropping. That is the effect of what Facebook are doing. That is why it's imperative we urge you to help us subscribe to us on YouTube. So that is why we are really we're urging you to please go ahead and subscribe. Now, like I said, what you see scrolling across the clean screen, it says three Fulani Hersmen rape a 10-year-old minor to death in Ogun State. And now we're going to go and bring the story up and read it in its entirety. Let's have a look. So here we are. I'm going to read that. And then please don't forget, if you haven't signed the petition, go ahead and sign it. I'm going to pin that as well. Thank you. In fact, that reminds me. Before I go and read the story, I am going to go. Good afternoon. So I'm going to, I'll get the petition up as well. So let's do this. One quick thing. I just need to get this up here. So I'm going to put that onto, how do I do this? I'm going to put it onto the broadcast so that you can see it. Okay, give me a second. I will do this way. Please subscribe to Citizen AY. So you will see it come up in a minute. Because that petition is good. And thank you. We are over 113,000 now who signed it. We need 5 million. So please, there's a lot of work for us to do to okay, now let's just do one more thing. So paste that one. Also sign the petition. I'm going to put that there. We're going to get some more information on that petition. I have to sign the petition. So let me just get that petition up and running for you guys. Select all, copy, and we will endeavor to go through that process of how you sign that petition. So here we go. So let me just select all, copy. Now, okay, now we should be able to get that there. So what you want to do is there'll be two sections. Firstly, if you're coming in, go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. It would be really helpful. We're trying to grow the platform. With your support, we can get there. As you can see what is happening with Facebook, Facebook are decreasing the numbers. If I go and look at how many people have shared it now, 30 people have shared it. And that's very good. I'm really grateful for that. Make sure you share it. What you would also do for us is go ahead to Citizen AY on YouTube. Do 3 things. Number 1, subscribe to Citizen AY. Number 2, hit the notification button. Number 3, give us the thumbs up. You would be really helping us in this journey. Now, let's go and read the story. You can see that in the picture you see next to me, we have the young lady that sorry, she's 10 years old. We've had to cover the face and everything. Respect for our family, and we're trying to make sure that we don't, expose her identity. And which shows respect. We show respect for our dead. Those who, she didn't deserve to do this, and I as a parent, I can only feel sorrow and sadness for her parents. I wonder, let us put ourselves in their shoes. They will be distraught. They will be, I mean, she doesn't deserve this. She had her whole future ahead of her, 10 years old. 10 years old. And this happened on Friday. This happened on Friday, just gone. Friday, 2 days ago. So let's have a look. 2 days ago, yeah. I think it's yeah. So now, I believe it's Friday. Now let's read the story and then we can highlight. And this is why we should go for referendum. So those of you watching, please make sure you go click the subscription button, subscribe. Also, go and sign the petition. We urge you to do that. It's very, very important. We will pin it on as many platforms as we can so that if you're watching on any of the platforms, you can subscribe to Citizen AY, and at the same time, you can also go ahead and also sign that petition. It's very important that we do so. So let's put this here. I'm going to paste it there again, so you will see it coming up. So here we are. Let me just make sure I got that there. Yeah. Please continue to sign it. We need to encourage as many of us to sign that petition, and I will go through the process again. Now, so thank you very much for those of you watching. Let's continue to share this broadcast. Let's continue to make people aware. Don't forget, as ever, we urge you to please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. You'll be doing us a great favor. The platform needs your support. We need to grow the platform. For those of you that's already subscribed, we thank you very, very much for joining us, for helping us in this journey. We can no longer rely on Facebook anymore. Facebook are deliberately taking actions and steps to reduce the numbers. But whilst that's happening, that's okay. We know what we need to do, and we are more and more communicating directly to those who support us. As we said before, there are over 55,000 people who like the page, 112,000 people who like the page. We thank you very much. Now let's go on with the story. Now I want you to listen to this very heartbreaking story. Let me move it to another place so you can see it. I'm going to try and move it up a little bit. Can I do that? Yeah, I can move it up a little bit. I'll read it to you. So it says here, 3 Fulani Hersmen rapes a 10-year-old minor to death in Ogun State on the 10th of March 2022. I think it's approximately, let's say, 2 days ago. So, an unidentified 10-year-old girl was allegedly raped and killed by suspected Fulani Hersmen. The incident happened in Ayetoro town in Ogun State. The accused, who identified themselves as Amadu, whatever, was arrested by some members of the community a few hours after the crime, and the whole scene was captured live on video. Now, we don't have that video at the minute. I'm looking at how to get the video. The suspect, speaking in Hausa language, admitted to the crime and said there were 3 of them that committed the dastardly act. He identified the other 2 of his accomplices as Sanusi and Mustafa, both of whom are on the run. So they've committed a crime. They've killed they raped a 10-year-old girl to death. You see? They raped and killed her. They raped and killed her. You see? Now, we don't know which is which. We haven't got the pictures, and even if we have the videos, it is not something we will want to share, because it is out of respect for the young lady, for the young girl whose future has been snatched away. They've destroyed the lives of her family. Her future has been taken away, and because they are Fulani, I am sorry to say, there is a very strong likelihood that they will get away with this crime. They say Hausa, we don't know. They might say they're Hausa, we don't know. So now, and they say, so but they're saying that they're Fulani Hersmen. So the story is leading us to believe, they're saying if they are headsmen, they are more likely to be headsmen, and we should take it at that, on that face value. So our sincere condolences to the family of this young lady. Sincerest condolences to the family of this young lady. What happened now is totally unacceptable. It is truly sad. It is something that I could not leave for a moment longer. We need to, these are the reasons. If you are trying to say to us, if you're not sure why we are agitating for Yoruba nation, these are the reasons. When 3 Fulani headsmen can rape a minor in Ayetoro town in Ogun State. Luckily, they were apprehended. But the story doesn't end there. What we also need to know is, how are we sure that these men will face the full force of the law and get jailed, or possibly worse, for the crime they committed? Because the track record of the local, state, and federal government in prosecuting cases against Fulani headsmen is very, very bad. It's zero. There is no chance. Hardly anybody can point out any Fulani headsman that has been arrested and subsequently convicted and jailed for their crimes. And that is what we are trying to highlight in the discussion today. Because as you watch the picture, and may her soul rest in peace, a 10-year-old raped to death in Ogun State, Ayetoro town in Ogun State. And those pictures are horrifying. That is why, indeed, we had to cover her, so that we will not, one, we have to sensitivity to the family, but at the same time, in terms of, Facebook or YouTube laws, again, they will say, showing gruesome things and all of that. And we don't want to do that. So we're being very careful. And also, we're conscious about the fact that this is a 10-year-old girl. We have to respect her in life and in death. And we truly, may her soul rest in peace. She does not deserve to go through what she's gone through. One would hope, you see, if we were living in this country, in the UK, if somebody gets raped or killed, do you know that the government gives compensation? Are we aware of that? If somebody gets killed, raped, killed, or something, something happens to them, the family actually get compensation. Because the government understands that when you lose a life, you not only lose a life, you're psychologically affected, the trauma, the whole process that you're going through. But that will not happen in contraction Nigeria. I can tell you that now. That will not happen. And there will be no support. In the UK also, there is free medical support for the families of this young lady. There will be police there. They will take records. There will be medical officers, psychological experts for that family. The mom, the dad, the brothers, they will all go through counseling to be able to allow them to cope. These are why we are saying we can no longer continue to support this contraption Nigeria. This is why we have to go for Yoruba nation. I hope you are all getting what we're saying. This is of immense, immense, immense importance. And I urge you all, as you're watching, please subscribe to Citizen AY, share the broadcast, make it reach as many people as you can. Let's just go ahead and do this in between all of that as well. Going ahead. All you have to do, subscribe. Hit the subscription button. 1. 2. Hit the notification button. And 3. Give us the thumbs up on YouTube. The links are right there. And of course, don't forget to fill in the competition, the petition as well. Petition is very, very important. But what we are bringing to you is when 3 Fulani men, when they can go into a town and kill people. Luckily, the people in the area, they apprehended them. But again, this highlights why we are talking about the need to have vigilante groups. We need to have vigilante groups set up across the whole of the South, in each of the communities. Perhaps, who knows, if we had a vigilante group set up to be monitoring and see what was going on in the area, perhaps they might have saved the life of this poor young lady. Perhaps. We will never know that. But to prevent the next one from happening, I would strongly suggest that every community, all the young men in that community and all those who are security experts or there, or whatever we call them, gather around, Again, particularly, the government has not provided jobs. You know, I keep saying it. I've been saying it on this platform. The government of the day has failed to provide jobs using the resources beneath our feet. Because of that, there are a lot of people who are around who we don't know what they're doing. That energy is better used to concentrate in protecting each of our communities right now as we speak, to prevent the loss of life of this young lady that you see in the picture. May her soul rest in peace. She's only 10 years old. She's only 10 years old. I am heartbroken. I'm heartbroken because until we recognize the humanity in each and every one of us as Southerners and begin to take collective action, this will continue to happen. And that is why we are saying to us all, please sign this petition. I will go and talk about it soon, but this is such an important subject. You have 3 grown Fulani Hersmen raping and killing a 10-year-old. Perhaps she was raped to death, who knows? And her body lying lifeless there. I've had to blur the image to make sure that this, there's respect for her. Don't just plaster the picture out there. We need to have, our psyche has been so much bastardized by the bad governance that we are treated with little regard. No self-worth, nothing, because the governance has enslaved us in our land. They are denying us access to our own resources, and they're ensuring that we now turn on each other and kill ourselves and hurt ourselves, and they're sending in Fulanis from other places to come into the south and kill us. This emphasizes the need for us to set up vigilante groups. This is an issue when you, on the face of it, you would think, oh, yes, Hajari Salimot Oladebisi. What we're saying is this: yes, may God help us, but at the same time, we have to help ourselves. How can we help ourselves? Setting up vigilante groups across the whole of the South. Because the government of the day. Good afternoon, Plan B Fuji. Good afternoon to you all. Please continue to subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We truly appreciate your support. Go ahead and subscribe to us as you're coming in. I pinned the link on there. Go ahead and help. You too. More blessings to you too also. Olamide L. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much. Plan B. So what we are saying, we are bringing all of this information to you to make us all aware. Yes, please sign the petition. The petition is already up there. I will go into the petition in a short while. In a little while, we will bring the petition up and we will talk about that. But this issue right here that you see across the screen is something so harrowing that we needed to talk about it just to give us an understanding of what is going on. If anybody who is asking, why are we talking about Yoruba Nation? This is exactly why. Because within contractual Nigeria, the lives of our children are not safe. Nobody's life, none of our lives are safe. Neither our children, our grandchildren, ourselves. The government has refused to take any responsibility for the safety and security of the citizens that they're supposed to serve. Within the Constitution, the government has got a role. Let me, at this point, see if I can take that and show you as we are talking about it. But I just wanted you to know, this story here is harrowing. They've been arrested. One of them has been arrested, but 2 are on the run. Sanusi and Mustafa are on the run. I'm going to show you, if I can find that, I think it's section 12 or 20. I can't remember which section. There's something which I want you to know. Every time that you hear that somebody is killed, a robbery took place, family is bereaved, and all of that, the government of the day have failed. They've abdicated their responsibility to take care of us, the citizens. But yet the same government will expect you to vote in the fraudulent elections. They will tell you it's your responsibility to vote in an election. But the same government are refusing to take on the responsibility to protect your life as citizens in that contraption. But yet they want you to vote. Can you see the absurdity of this situation? A government that refuses to provide safety and security for you as laid down within the Constitution, which I'm going to read to you in just a couple of clicks. Let me just bring that. And the killing of this young girl, the killing of this young girl is harrowing. May her soul rest in peace. We don't even know her name at the minute. We're trying to ascertain that. But what we do know, she was raped by 3 Fulani Hersmen. And that's why we are bringing that to you. That's why we're saying to you, all of this stuff that's happening, this is injustice. This is unfair. This is harrowing. This is something that mustn't happen. We need to really speak out. And these are justification for why we're entitled to go for self-determination and ultimately lead us to Yoruba nation. These are the kind of things. A government, I tell you now, the governor of the Lagos of Ogun State, Dr. Abiodun, he will not make any comment about it. He will not go and visit the family. They will not provide any medical help in terms of counseling, psychological counseling. They will not provide compensation to the family. They are just going to leave them there. And these are, yeah. If you have people numbers, sign the petition. That's it. We're going to go into that shortly. But I wanted to, before we go into that section, I think it's section 12, if I'm correct. Something tells me it's section 12. Let me see. No, it isn't. Sorry. Here we go. 14. So let me just see. Let me see. No. Let me. 1 second. I'm coming. I'll get there. Just give me a minute. There's a lot that I'm trying to unpack in this, and I need to find it. The safety and security of the citizens shall be the primary responsibility of government. I think it is section. Let me just make sure I get it right. Let me just make sure I get it right. So just 1 second. I don't want to quote the wrong one. Okay. 1 second, please. I have it here, but I'm just trying to remember it. So just give me a minute. So the safety and security of the people shall be there. Yeah. There you go. Now I'm going to bring this to you. I'm going to section 14.2b. It's section 14.2b. Now, as I'm reading that, I want you to be looking at this young lady. The government has failed in the responsibility to provide safety and security for the people. Now let's bring that across the screen and I'll show you briefly. Here we go. Look at this. Hopefully you will be able to see it now across the screen. Now let's go. It says section 14.2b. It is hereby accordingly declared that the security, that's 2b now, the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary responsibility of government. Section 14.2b. I hope you can see that there. I'm trying to highlight that. Let me see if I can make it slightly bigger. Will it let me do that? Yeah. No, it's not going to make it bigger. Okay. But you can see it there. You can see it highlighted there. That's the primary responsibility of government. But the government has clearly failed in that task. And that is why we are bringing that to your attention. The government of the day that should provide the safety and security for this young lady who is lying down on the floor lifeless next to the perpetrator of the crime against her. That man, those 3 men, they have been, because of the failure of government to provide safety and security, her life was lost. And this is why we are calling for vigilante groups across the whole of the South. Protect yourself, protect your community. That is the best way forward. And the government that cannot provide safety and security does not deserve you voting for them. None of them will provide you safety and security. Neither APC nor PDP can provide you safety and security. If any of them, whichever of them gets in, the killings that's going on will not stop because they are not interested in your safety or security. It's important that we understand that. They are not interested in your safety or security. They are interested in enslaving Southerners in our land. They are non-indigenous to our land, and as far as they are concerned, they are priority above those who own the land. Our monile, we the people that own the land, they don't say our life, it means nothing to them. Until we begin to understand that and take this responsibility on to actually make the change, nothing will change. I'm going to come back again and I will mention this. May her soul rest in peace. We are looking to try and ascertain her name and the family. Maybe we can even do a video interview with the family. But we don't even want the government, like I told you in the UK, everybody that if anybody gets murdered, raped, or killed in this country, they get compensation. The government has a compensation scheme. I kid you not. Not only that, if you go through that trauma of being raped, and once you report it, or being killed, the family gets medical support, psychological support for quite some time, where you won't see that happening in Nigeria. This is why we need to dismantle contract in Nigeria. I hope you are following what we're saying. I hope what I'm saying here makes a lot of sense to you. But these are the kind of things that we need to highlight and emphasize to make our people understand that the time has come for us to go for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, Middle Belt. Because as I speak to you, your life means nothing to the Fulani government. If you kill a cow, the government will pay compensation to the owner of the cow. But if you take a life, the government will not pay compensation for the life for the life of the person. This young lady now, the government will not pay compensation. Please tell me if I'm lying. If you believe I'm lying, provide your evidence, please. Provide it. This is beyond discussion. These are facts that we're putting before you. I just read to you the primary responsibility. The security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of governance. What the primary purpose of this governance now is to allow Fulanis to come all over the south and take over the land. That is the primary purpose of the Fulani government. Tell them Citizen AY said it. The sole purpose of governance in that contraption now is to open the borders and allow non-indigenous people, the Fulanis, to come in, set up cattle colonies across the whole of the south and take over the land. That is the government policy. Because the killings that are going on, if you kill a single cow, you get compensation. If your cows get destroyed, the government will give you land in Kaduna. El Rufai is given land to the herdsmen / terrorists coming from all over Africa. But here we have a young girl killed, and they will not give compensation. How many of the farmers have been given compensation? How many of the southern families have been given compensation? How many? The government killed 2 people at Oloyi Sunday's house. They killed Afar and Adoga. Till date, they haven't released the body, and I guarantee you they have not paid any compensation to the family. They will never do so. I'm giving you clear, concise reasons why we have to go for Yoruba Nation. Now, before I go ahead and talk a bit more about that, let's go and talk about the petition again. And I'm going to be having a discussion with one of the organizers at some point. I'll just make sure, just watch out for that. It should be happening soon. Now, here's what I want you to do. Once you put this up, let's do it from the top again. So copy. Let's go and do this again. So here we are. Put it there. Now, paste it in here. Paste it there. Once you paste it, this is what you will find. Once you find this, you see this 3 bars here. Click on that. Go and click on that. Once you click on that, it will say the top, home, videos, interview with Mudupe Onitiri Abiola, news updates, Paolo was complete accomplishment, June 12, legal actions, we Yoruba people. The top one, home, is what you want. Click on home. That will take you to Yoruba's Independence Time. Submit the petition. Click on submit the petition. Once you click on that, you will have the following. It will tell you our progress so far. Our progress so far, 116,000 people, 495 have signed it. So let us see. I would like to think that by close of play, before we finish the broadcast in the next hour or so, that maybe another 4,000 to 5,000 people would have signed it. So we are 116 now. We should be over 120,000 by the time we finish this broadcast. That's the kind of thing we should start aiming for. We should start aiming for people for this to go viral and to share. Let me just have a quick look on YouTube. Please do not forget, as you're watching this, go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really do need your support. in growing that platform. So let's just see how that's going. We have a lot of people who are supporting that, and we are grateful for that. But please, we need more and more people to help us. Vivian Tiger, yes, I know. I was exactly. I know, Vivian. This I know. This is what's happened. Yeah, I know. Thank you very much, Vivian Tiger. I understand. This is what I mean. You say somebody. See, Vivian Tiger writes on YouTube. I've stopped receiving notification from your channel. I was watching last broadcast. Saw you come live. Can moderators check the settings, please? I will check that. I'm gonna go and check that right now because you're indeed correct. The notification should be there. Let me just make sure I check that, because it's very, very important that I'm able to, this is very important information. We do some, I'll speak to somebody in the back end office to make sure this is addressed as well. And in fact, I'm going to look at it myself online as I speak to you, and as well I'll get them to actually be on there to see what's going on. So these are the things that we're doing. So as we're watching right now, oh yes, let me also add, I need to put this also, the petition also, I'm going to put that on the YouTube. So for those of you, if you haven't seen the petition, you will see it come up now on YouTube, so that you can be able to post on it as well. But Vivian, thank you so much for the work you just done now, for raising the alert there. So let me just put, please sign the petition. So let me just put that there. Please sign the petition. So I need to, yeah, these are the kind of things. Thanks. So I'm going to pin that up on the YouTube. That way, those who come on YouTube, you'll be able to, if you haven't signed the petition, you can also sign it. Let's have a look at this. Let's just get that there. Okay, 1 second. I'll get that done. There's more than one way of doing this, but I just want to just get this right. It's very important that we get the information out there. We do not want to sign the petition. So I'm going to pin that up there. So for those of you who are joining, make sure you go ahead and sign that petition. Let me just have now the back end side of things to quickly have a quick look whilst I'm doing that. But please do not forget, as you're watching, go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Vivian, thank you so much for that information. It gives us a bit more, something to work with, and we can actually make changes as we go along. As ever, what we are saying to everybody watching us is please continue to subscribe to Citizen AY, spread the message. The young lady, sadly, the young lady that was killed was what brought us to bring this discussion. But also, we wanted to give you updates, and we'll be giving regular updates about the petition. Let's just quickly have a look at one thing here. Have I got that sorted out? Yeah. Okay, let me go and look at this here. So the notification side of things is very important. I do not want that to, it's very important that we get those things out there, because it is important as we're looking at the settings, agreements, uploads, channel. So I'm just trying to make sure, just make sure everything is right. Okay, I'm just checking everything. So that's correct. Okay, somebody's calling me. Ooh. Okay, I'll take this call. Okay. Whoops, caller. Is that from here? No, okay. Hello, caller. You're watching Citizen AY live on Citizen AY here. Who's speaking? Hello. Go ahead. Hello. Ẹ káàsán, ẹ ǹlẹ́. À ń gbọ́ yín. Ẹ ṣeun. Dáadáa ni. Mo ti send ẹ sórí kíní, mo ti send, ó wà lórí platform báyìí, mo ti pin ẹ. So what I will do, I will send it to you personally. Ẹ máa rí sọ́mọ́ jáde nsìn. Màá send it. Ẹ ṣeun. Hold on. Bye. So that's somebody who wants to join this. So let's do this now. I'll send that to him as well. So let me just create new. Okay. Now I'm just okay. So now what I'll do, put this across. So you should be able to see that there. So that's people calling in, and I'm sharing the broadcast, the petition with them directly. You can also help family and friends at home to get this out there. Now, where we at now. So 1 second, please. I'm just checking 1 or 2 things to make sure, because somebody just told me there might be 1 or 2 things that I didn't realize. So I just need to make sure that this is actually important, that it's going there, that there is no hold-ups. Automatic changes, standard, yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to check everything is okay there. It looks like it's fine. Okay. And there's nothing holding this. There shouldn't be a problem at all. There shouldn't be a problem at all. Uh-oh. So let me just take that away. Don't want that there, no. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So, yeah, everything is allowed. Everything is working fine from what I can see here. So I'm just going to make sure that, yes, public, okay. There is nothing holding it out at all. So we're trying to just check that everything is working as it should, because we should be able to get a notification on things, but somebody said they're no longer getting notifications, and I wonder why that is, and that shouldn't be the case. What should be happening is that we should be able to see what is going on and be able to, when we come live, you know, I've not restricted anything like that. So, but we are monitoring it. We will continue to monitor it. But like I said, where we are now is going back to the petition. If you see now, 116,495 is what we have. 116,495 people was what we saw at the beginning. And what we're trying to do is to encourage as many people to go ahead and actually, sign that petition, because it is of immense importance that we do so, and raise the level of awareness. And so what you do is, once you click on the home button, it will take you to where I said, which is going to be the petition. Once you click on that, now you can put in your email address, your name. Your email address is optional. What is important is if you have a number, your phone number, your gender, your age, your state of origin, and click submit. Once you do that, you should be able to you'll be recorded on there. So these are important things that we can do, and I'm sure it is something that we must all get on board and do as Yoruba people. And the reason why we are saying this is we are showing you examples. You've also saw today Abakari is getting a different treatment than others like you and I. Abakari is not being handcuffed. Let's see if I can show you that video as well. When it was being shown in the court, let me just show you. These are the reasons. We are second-class citizens in contractual Nigeria. And that's what I'm saying. We are second-class citizens. And until we understand that and begin to really take the step, and that is why we are showing you this, to motivate you, to get you to understand why you must stand for Yoruba nation, Igbo nation, Biafra nation. You need to stand for it. You need to go full steam ahead, because in contractual Nigeria, you are a second-class citizen. It is as simple as you are a second-class citizen. Your life means nothing. Your life is worth nothing as a citizen in contractual Nigeria. Let me show you what I mean. Watch this video. That's Abakari in the melee there. It's the one of the one in the middle there with the whites, you see. That guy there, that's Abakari. You will notice that there is no handcuff. He's walking freely. Now, if you are a Southerner and you are charged with fraud, drug trafficking, and all of this, you will be in handcuffs, no question. You will be in handcuffs. And what is more, you will see the government, Malami is making excuses. There's no evidence that he committed the crime that is charged with. That's what Malami came with yesterday. And is allowed to walk free. He's supposed to prove his innocence by providing evidence to the contrary. But in the case of you as a Southerner, you have to prove your innocence. You have to, you are already convicted. In his case, they are saying he's a free man until he's convicted. In our case as Southerners in that land, you are already convicted. You have to provide the evidence to disprove your conviction. Can you see? That is why we cannot continue to support this one Nigeria. One Nigeria is the news around our necks. Let me watch the video for a few minutes. Let's show you. Let's go.
Carry my mic. Let me carry my mic.
You're second class citizen. You have to see that you're a second class citizen. And that is one of the reasons why we have to go for Yoruba Nation, Igbo Nation, Middle Belt. We must.
It's not me. Camera.
He's trying to get down the stairs. They're trying to catch up with him. But I'm telling you, he is not. When they illegally arrested the 12 at Oloye Sundegbo's house, notice they were in handcuffs. They weren't allowed to walk freely. They had guns next to them. But this guy is walking around free. I'll show you. Abakiari, the criminal, the criminal cop. They call him super cop. We now know he's a criminal cop. He's a super criminal, not a super cop. He's not a super cop, but a super criminal. So maybe he's not showing up. They're trying to get there. There we go. See that now? I want you to notice that. Oh, take a close look. Take a close look. Oh. There's no handcuffs on this guy. As a southerner, many people, you will hear some people talk about this as well. Watch. I don't know which one is which there, but you can see it's up there somewhere. Also, we heard that his wife, when they wouldn't give him bail, his wife collapsed in the court. They said, when they refused to give him bail, his wife collapsed. And please, let's not forget, this guy is wanted for crimes in the US. With the Hush Puppy, apparently they're working together. I don't know the ins and out of it, but Hush Puppy started talking. So Hush Puppy has given the, you know, the dirty and everything on what happened. So on that basis, they now got Abakiari's all of his misdeeds has been exposed. But the government of the day, Abdullahi Malami or whatever they call him, he's trying to make sure that Abakiari never faces extradition to America. But they forget that America is not Nigeria, you know, where you can get away with your crime. And these are the kind of things. And this, I'm showing you this to know why we have to go for Yoruba Nation. We stop supporting something that views you and I as not as equals to the Fulanis. And the Fulanis, by the way, they are not indigenous to our parts. This is not about being hateful or anything. It's just about being real. That those who are oppressing us in our land, they are opening the borders, allowing Fulanis to come in. And the priority for the Fulani government is to allow Fulanis to colonize the entire South. That's their priority. Whereas the priority of the government, as laid down in the Constitution, is to provide safety and security for all the citizens. In fact, it should be their primary responsibility. But people are dying every day. and they're ensuring that those who commit the crimes, the Fulani terrorists, the ISWAPs, the Boko Harams, the Mieti Allahs, that they not get charged. As in the case of that young girl now, sadly, I'm telling you, she will not get justice. Not in contrast to Nigeria. She will never get justice. May her soul rest in peace. So we're trying to see what's happened now. They're trying to, I think it's either gone in, I'm not too sure. So they're going forward. We're not too sure what's happening. But it should be on the bus. But anyway, let's forward it back. I got it there with it. Let me just see what it says. Let me just.
I know they didn't tell them to take them to prison because last time they begged not to take them. You. Thank you.
So let's see what's happening.
If they are not of good behavior.
So let's hear what the judge says anyway. The lawyer says.
This is why I'm not. Please, we need to have an interview with you. Thank you. Just 2 minutes, please.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay.
So we don't know. Let's hear what the lawyer says.
This is your. You might bag man.
You can see in the UK, people don't walk around with guns like that. They don't. And that's why you know you're in a lawless nation. Let's listen on it.
Aisha.
Come on, Can I use your own to stay?
Now let's see what he said.
Okay, sorry.
The prosecution said that they serve the counter to your client's application. And you stop the confirmation to file a reply. Why did you do that probably as the fourth defendant has said?
That should be desperate on my part. I need to carefully study the document. I need to also look at the evidence that was served to us and be able to be sure that what I have to say in court will be what it is and not what I think it should be. Yes.
Okay, so for you to say that was a desperate, which means your client is okay and they are treating him well at the detention center and the facility?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. To the best of my knowledge.
The submission.
And an issue was raised, sorry sir, that the top defendant, if I got it correct, your client
Can't hear properly what they're saying.
some issues at the detention center, is that right?
Well, that's a misconception. You know, the whole situation is tensed. Everybody, if people are falling, they are bound to make mistakes. That's why I was quick to stand up and explain how Reverend is in custody. And same has been addressed.
So just give us a sense of how it is for your clients to access their family members. Because that was the issue that caused the controversy.
Well, it's not something I can categorically say exactly what it is, but whatever it is, I believe I've sorted out with this client, and whatever.
Anyway, I'm going to try and see if I can find some more things. The point is that we are hearing that Baba Kyari somehow is being prevented from being extradited by the Nigerian government to face the crimes that he obviously should face. Let's have a look. Who's this one here? Let me hear this.
And then we have some also Yoruba group that decided to join. As of the last adjourned date, there is an Ijo group that have applied for joining.
Oh, this is to do with now the agitation for Yoruba nation. Let's have a look at this one because it looks like there's two different things.
For the plaintiff. What transpired is that, as per the other seconds, there are about 3 groups that have applied for joinder into the matter, and unfortunately, unknown to us, today there are also 2 other persons that have filed application previously, but we are not aware of those applications. Because of that, the court said it would be neater if all the 5 applications are taken at once. Since they have not served the application, they will be given the opportunity to serve us with all the applications, and then we will return on the 28th May to take all the applications so that all necessary amendments will be done before the matter is heard.
Okay, these groups that want to join, which are these groups?
The first one is some collections of Igbo lawyers, and then we have some also Yoruba group that decided to join. As of the last adjourned date, there is an Ijo group that have applied for joining, but as of now, I don't know of the other 2 groups that have applied to join because we have not yet been served with the processes.
Okay, on the final note, for those who have not, wait, for those who are not familiar with this matter, give us a hint, a summary of what it is.
Well, the application, as we said, is we filed an application seeking the court to interpret the provisions of the African Charter on Humans and People's Rights on the issues of self-determination.
Okay,
even
now listen
though
to this bit,
the
yes.
plaintiffs were purely northerners, they believe that the right thing to do, considering the level of agitations we have in the country, an opportunity should be given to people to decide whether they want to continuously stay in Nigeria or not.
Now, this is interesting.
The argument mostly is that the Nigerian constitution do not make direct provisions for secession or for right for self-determination. But it is an argument that when you look at the provisions of Article 20 of the
just listen
African
to this
Charter,
bit, yeah.
it
I'll
has
come back.
provided for right of self-determination. And since that particular charter has been domesticated in a way by virtue of ratification by the National Assembly, it is also a law operative in Nigeria. And as such, we believe that the right thing to do is to give people the right to decide for themselves through referendum whether they want to stay in Nigeria or not. That's the essence of this.
Summary, your name again, sir?
Barrister S.G. Idris.
The S is what?
Safian Gambo Idris.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it looks like there's a mixture of cases there. But anyway, I wanted to just bring that to our attention about Abakari. But again, I don't know what the government is playing at, but we do know that all we want is self-determination. The contraption called Nigeria is a fraud. It remains a fraud imposed on the people without a referendum, and we will not stand for it. So, before, just to give a recap, for those of you who are just joining us, sorry about that. I wanted to play that. For those of you who are just joining us, if you're just joining again, welcome back. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. If you're joining us for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We truly appreciate your support. What we're trying to do is to get as much information out there about ongoing situation and how we can change things ourselves. The pictures and the videos I've been showing you now has been about how one Nigeria is happening to us on a daily basis. One Nigeria is killing us on a daily basis. One Nigeria is enslaving us on a daily basis. One Nigeria is continuously impoverishing us on a daily basis. Let me show you another picture if I can. See if I can get this up. There's something that I wanted you to see. Very interesting. Sorry, not that one. I'm going to go back. I want to show you a picture of a video this morning. I showed it before yesterday, but I'm going to show you this one. I want you to look at this thing here.
Eating too much.
Let me just go here. I want to watch this to tell you. This is how one Nigeria is happening to us all every day. All my people, they inside but suffering and smiling, then they sleep, then they wake like cock suffering and smiling every day, not the same thing. Every day, not the same thing. Suffer forward, amen. Enjoy for heaven, amen. His friends go to yap, his spirit to say be news. Muslims go the yap. Allahu Akbar. Open your eyes everywhere. Archbishop na miliki. Popu na enjoyment. Imamu na gbaladun. Archbishop na gbaladun. Popu na enjoyment. Inamu na gbaladun. Archbishop, they enjoy. You get the drift. Now let's carry on. So I'm just showing you suffering every day. Look at this. On Channel's news this morning, listen to what they said. So this to tell you that there is no hiding place for this failed governance. Be it APC or PDP, our collective clamor must be to break it up. We have to break up contractual Nigeria. Watch this now.
You know, and you can't say, please. I mean, I'm not a fan of that food, but that's the most of it. I've had pleasant experiences on the rail service. But now two things stick out for me. And you spoke with the NRC, the head of the NRC, over the weekend on Sunrise. And, you know, I wasn't quite sure what was responsible for that. Is it a faulty gauge? Is it the fact that there wasn't enough diesel?
There's not
Is it the
enough
fact that
diesel to power
someone
a
sabotaged that? I mean, he spoke about some of the things that happened in the past. So we're not quite clear. Faulty gauge, not enough diesel, or someone actually taking the diesel that was meant for that particular train. And whatever the case is, it just beats my mind, because that is a major route, I should say. But this is what happens when, the analogy that came to me is when a child fails to go to school when he ought to. Imagine you're meant to go to primary school and you push it to when you're in your 20s. This is what happens. You'll now start going to school with children, as it were. So
you see, we are pushing to you have to push.
Whatever comes out of it, whatever ridicule comes out of it, you have to take it. I mean, this is not where we should be as a nation, I must be honest with you.
This is one Nigeria that happens to us every day. This is the one Nigeria. This is why we cannot continue to support this type of one Nigeria. No more. You need to break it up. One Nigeria is a noose around our collective neck.
Children, as it were. So whatever comes out of it, whatever ridicule comes out of it, you have to take it. I mean, this is not where we should be as a nation, I must be honest with you. Yes, I mean, we're here right now, we're making progress, but this is something we should have passed 20, 30 years ago. But we failed to do this, and I'm not even, placing the blame at the table of the government.
You see, no, you're wrong. It is at the table of the government, every single one of them, every single people. Those who are coming to talk to us, they are the ones who have put us in this mess. The pastors, the imams, they are all part of the problem. And until we collectively, that is why we have to break it up. We have to dismantle contract in Nigeria. We must.
I'm saying as a people. So we have to take these things. These are the things that come. But it's gratifying to know that a committee has been set up.
Useless committee. They will come again. It's another paper, rubber stamp. Rubber stamp committee. I beg.
I am a bit wary of committees because just in recent times we've had committees set up for the bad fuel situation and a lot of other things, and nothing has come out of it. But something needs to come out of this one, because I need to go on that train feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling that I will get to my destination.
Nowhere is safe in contractual Nigeria. Don't you get it? Nowhere is safe, and that is the point that we are making. That is why we're telling you, please go and sign that petition. Nowhere is safe. The government of the day, their priority is to allow as many Fulani in as possible, non-indigenous people, the Fulanis, to come in and take over the country. In the Central African Republic in 2013, that's what happened until the Central African Republic people kicked out the Fulanis from their land. Now they're coming to Nigeria to do the same thing. When are we going to wake up? It is time for us now to break it up. The Fulanis, if they want to keep, and the Hausas want to keep Nigeria, let them keep it in the north. We must go. Middle Belt now. Yoruba nation now. Igbo nation now. That's what we want. The killings and the oppression is enough. Let's listen for a few more minutes.
Without any, what's that thing again? Blood pressure?
And on schedule.
On schedule.
I think that's the most critical thing here. Yes, we had that conversation. We'll speak to that, in a bit. But I'm still a little concerned about the trauma that people had to go through. Thankfully, Markwe, all the times you've had to use this train.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Thankfully, it's not okay. Great that Markwe hasn't experienced it, but the fact of the matter is that to have a nation where you're trained, you will never. It is unheard of in UK. People go on the trains to go to work and come home. It doesn't suddenly pack up on the road and they have to go and roll the fuel, diesel, and then pop live. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's utter joke. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really do need your help. It's very important how you help us in this case. But what we do know, what we want you to do is to please continue to spread the word about the petition. But let me just listen to it for a few minutes and I'll go back to that the story at the top of the
You've never had any such trauma?
See? Listen to what she has to say.
Shan't we thank God for small mercies? Indeed, I mean, because all of the drama that has surrounded the Abuja-Kaduna train, I have missed almost all of them. And now, just when we're thinking, oh, perhaps we'll go and visit the town of Ibadan and see what the Lagos-Ibadan rail line is like, then this happens. Well, I sincerely hope it doesn't dampen the enthusiasm of people to want to use the rail.
You can't use the government that cannot provide fuel. People now, I mean, the price of fuel now is 300 naira more, something like that. Sometimes 500 naira per liter in places. And you're telling, look, there is nothing to say about one Nigeria than to break it up. We have to break it up because one Nigeria is a noose around our necks. Our ancestors never created one Nigeria. That's what I'm trying to say here. So let me pull away from that. I wanted to just bring that to you. Now let's go back again to the main original thing. So I want to show you this, and I'll come back 1 second. I'll be back in a second. No, I'm here anyway. So now, the story that we came with was this young lady that you can see. She was killed. She was raped and killed by 3 Fulani Hersmen. The story is here. 10-year-old, a 10-year-old minor, an unidentified 10-year-old girl was allegedly, let's read from the beginning. 3 Fulani Hersmen raped a 10-year-old minor to death in Ogun State on the 10th of March 2022. An unidentified 10-year-old girl was allegedly raped and killed by suspected Fulani Hersmen. The incident happened in Ayetoro town, Ogun State. The accused, who identified himself as a Modu, was arrested by some members of the community a few hours after the crime, and the whole scene was captured live on video. The suspect, speaking in Hausa language, admitted to the crime and said there were 3 of them that committed the dastardly act. He identified the other two of his accomplices as Sanusi and Mustafa, both of whom are on the run. My sincere condolences to the family of the young lady, to her family. We don't even know her name. May her soul rest in peace. These vile Fulani Hersmen must pay for their crimes. But we say that, but I'm also telling you that there is no way that once they get to Abuja or wherever they get to, that's it. That's the end of matter. Nothing will be done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put a stop here because I can see that Yomiko Iki is interviewing Mrs. Abiola, I think Onichiri Abiola, I think it is. So we are going to put that to a stop now. Go ahead and watch that. He's going to talk about the petition as well. So I'm hoping to organize bringing that on the platform as well. But I wanted to bring this to your attention. The reason why we need to go for Yoruba Nation is what I've given you here. Please don't forget to sign that petition. We've spoken about it. What's left for me to do now is to say thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please do not forget, I'll be looking at that notification issue on YouTube to see if it's resolved, because we should be having a notification of what we're doing and how, when we go live. That's not happening at the minute, and we need to address that, and we're looking at that, and hopefully we'll resolve that. But thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Don't forget to go ahead and do what? Subscribe to Citizen AY. Subscribe, hit notification button, and give us the thumbs up. Those 3 things, if you do that, we'll be very, very grateful. Thanks for watching. We're back later on. Thank you. and goodbye. One more thing to say. May the soul of this young lady, may her soul rest in peace. And those men should be charged for the full weight of the law for the crimes they committed. But I don't hold out any hope of them facing any being tried by the Fulani government. I'm sorry, that's how it is. So for now, what is left for me to say is thank you for watching. I'll be back later on. Take care.